Hey guys, I just did my unboxing of the 8-quart Instant Pot Duo, and I am about to do my initial water test, so I figured I'd bring you along and show you step by step how that's done. It's just a good idea to get a feel for how the Instant Pot works, just make sure it comes up to pressure. It's super simple and super easy, so here we go. First off, besides plugging it in, I have everything disassembled, and so I will show you real quick how to put it all together. The first thing is the condensation collector, and it goes on the back of your Instant Pot. You just press it in right here on the side. And so now I'm going to flip it back to the front, and of course I'm going to put in my liner. You never put anything in your Instant Pot without putting your liner in first, or else you will ruin your Instant Pot. Then I'm going to just set my lid up here on the handle, and you can put the lid on either side. It has the nice little holder there for the lid. I'm going to put it on this side. So that's basically the assembly, besides putting the lid on after we put the water in. Now, the initial test run water test can be found on page 17 of your Instant Pot manual. It's right here. There is something that's a little confusing about it. It says add water to the number 3 mark. And if you look at the liner in here, and it's the same on the 6-quart model, the number 3 mark is the 3-liter mark, and there's a number 3 cup mark, but it doesn't actually have the number 3. So yeah, it's a little confusing. You're not supposed to fill it up with 3 liters. You're just supposed to fill it up with 3 cups. So, and it doesn't even have to be 3 cups. It can be anywhere from 1 to 3 cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my 3 cups of water in the Instant Pot and lock my lid. Now I'm going to make sure that my steam release valve is pointing towards the sealing option. If it's on venting, it'll just vent out the steam as the water starts to boil and it won't build up pressure. Whenever you are using a pressure setting on your Instant Pot, you always want to make sure it is on the sealing mode. Now for this water test, they recommend using the steam function, which is this button right here. So you press steam and you use the minus button to get down to 2 minutes. And in just a few seconds, the Instant Pot will beep and it'll say on, and it will start heating up and it will build up pressure. And once it is at pressure, there it's on. Once it's at pressure, the timer will start counting down from 2, and then it will beep and it will go to keep warm mode. And that's when the pressure cooking is finished, and you can let the pressure naturally release at that point, and that just means letting it sit on keep warm mode until the pressure comes down on its own. Or you can switch the nozzle at the top from sealing to venting and let the steam come out very quickly, and the pressure will release quickly. It's been about 5 minutes and I can hear it boiling and it's starting to steam, and the pressure valve here is going to pop up in just a second. You can see the steam coming out of there, and once it builds up the pressure, it will pop that up and it will seal. There it goes. So exciting. Still working. Takes a minute sometimes. There it goes. It has popped up, and I will note that this float valve is a little different than on my 6 quarts. On my 6 quarts, it sits lower in the hole, and then when it's flush with the top of the plastic is when it's sealed. So on this one, it starts out flush with the top of the plastic and it pops up a little ways. So that's just one difference that I've noticed about this 8-quart Instant Pot, and I don't know if the new versions of the 6-quart have the same or not. If anyone has one of those, please mention down below how your float valve is, if it's like this or like the earlier Duos. Now that the float valve is up, the Instant Pot will switch to the 2-minute timer in just a few seconds here. There it went. On for 2 minutes. It's going to cook for 2 minutes, and then it will beep and it will be on keep warm mode. There we go. The Instant Pot finished. It's 2-minute cook time, and this is what it looks like when it switches to keep warm mode. L number dot dot number, and what's going to happen is these numbers are going to start counting up now, and so when you come to your Instant Pot after the cook time has finished, you can see how long it's been sitting on keep warm mode. So if you come and it says 0.30, it means it's been sitting on keep warm mode for 30 minutes. So when you're doing a recipe and it says allow to natural pressure release, or NPR, for 15 minutes, that means you are going to let it sit on keep warm mode for 15 minutes before you open up the pot. So it's going to be 0.15 before you open your pot. You can see it just switched. It's been on keep warm mode for 1 minute now. Now, if you're doing a recipe that calls for a quick pressure release, that means right now you can go ahead and release the pressure. And I'm going to do that for you right now. A lot of people, this is the most intimidating part of the Instant Pot, but once you do it a couple times, it's really, really simple. All it involves is just switching this from sealing over to venting, and then at that point the steam will start flowing out the top and it will release all the pressure and the float valve will drop down. So I just use my fingers to do it. You want to make sure you don't do it with your hand over the top of the vent. Of course, you could get steam burns. Don't stick your face over the top of it. If you just use common sense, you'll probably be fine. But if you are nervous, you can use the spatula that comes, the rice spatula that comes with the Instant Pot. It has this little hole on it, and you can stick that in there and just pull it if you want to keep your hand a little farther away. But I'm just going to do it with my hand to show you that it's nothing to be afraid of, and the steam will pour out, and then I'll be able to open my pot. Right now it is completely locked. There's no way I could force this open if I tried. There's a lot of safety mechanisms in the Instant Pot to allow, to not allow you to be able to open it when it's pressurized. So I am going to just carefully switch this over to venting. You'll hear the steam start to slow a little bit, and eventually the little float valve will drop down. It can sometimes take 2 or 3 minutes to fully depressurize when you're doing the quick release. There it went. Pop down. The Instant Pot is now unlocked, and I can open my lid, turn it. You can hear the fun sounds it makes. I'll put my lid up here on the side, and my water is cooked. Now at any point after this, you can just turn off the Instant Pot, and that turns off the keep warm mode. If there's something in the Instant Pot you want to keep warm until serving, of course, just leave it on. So my water test was a success. It fully pressurized, it counted down, it didn't give me any strange error messages. Everything did what it was supposed to do, and so I am ready to go ahead and use my Instant Pot for any recipes I like. So that is it for my water test on my Instant Pot 8-quart duo. I hope it was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you again soon.